Hi, and welcome to the Reformer Studio. Today we just want to review the Reformer itself and the different parts. When you come into the studio, there's going to be different Reformers, and today we're going to review the Allegro II by Balance Body. This is what we call the foot bar. Here, the easiest way to move the foot bar is you're going to come to the front of the foot bar, pull up with both hands, and then just lower it down. The foot bar goes into different positions, so you can go into the middle, the top, and sometimes vertical. This is always the starting and stopping position. Whenever you move the foot bar, you want to make sure that you push down on it to make sure that it's secure before you start any of your exercises. Then we have the springs. Before every exercise, we'll let you know which springs we're going to use. We have 3 different resistances. So we have red is the heaviest, blue is the medium, and yellow is the lightest. The springs just come on and off by hooking and unhooking the springs. And then the importance of the springs is that they either provide you support or resistance. So as we take off the springs, the lighter the spring, the easier the carriage will move. The heavier the spring, the harder it is for the carriage to move. So with that said, you just want to be mindful as you get on and off the carriage. During classes, we use different accessories. So when you come on into the class, on the Reformer itself is the box. And what you'll find is we have the Pilates ball, we have the Pilates ring, and we have hand weights. So these are all accessories that we just use to make the class a little bit more challenging. We usually recommend you place the accessories just to the side, secure the ball under the foot bar, and then just place the weights just down so that they're out of your way. One of the other accessories that we use is the box. So here in this position, this is called short box. However, if we say long box, you just transition the box into this position so that it's nice and long as the length of the Reformer. When you're not using the box, however, we just place it to the back of the Reformer on the side just so that it's out of your way. So this, again, is the carriage. And then we have the shoulder rests. They're both interchangeable, so there's no left or right, and they just come up, pull them up to come off, and then you push them down to just go back in. So we have the straps. They're just connected to the hooks on each side. The easiest way to get the strap on and off is to just pull it off to the side. And then we have 2 straps. You'll find one short strap and one long strap. They're interchangeable, and we'll let you know during class which strap you're going to be using. So the other accessory that we use is the jump board. The jump board is going to be located directly underneath the carriage. But before we get that situated, we need to bring the foot bar down, take off the spongy bit, which you can just place underneath the carriage. And then using the 2 handles, you're just going to slide it up and bring it to the front, placing it into those 2 square pegs. We never ever place the jump board on the carriage because of the metal pieces. It can actually rip the carriage. When we're ready to take it off, you're just going to pull it up, bring it back to the side, and then again, just slide it carefully under the carriage. And we're just going to quickly review how to get onto the carriage safely. We're going to have you sit down just on the edge of the carriage, and you're going to come and bring your legs around, bringing the legs up onto the foot bar, lowering the head down onto the headrest, and shoulders are going to be just in front of the shoulder rests. Laying your hands just at your side to rest. So we're just going to review hands and straps. So the easiest way to grab the straps is to come around, and there's 2 little hooks on each side. You're just going to pull it out to the side, bringing the hands into the straps. Often we put our hands into the short straps. So you're just going to adjust your hands. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you feel stable through your arms. So you're going to push a little bit. You can use your legs to push out so that your wrists are right above your shoulders and your fingertips are pointing up. And once you feel secure in that position, then we can go into a tabletop using our legs. So bringing one leg at a time into tabletop. Perfect. And that's hands and straps. Now we're going to review feet and straps. So the easiest way to get feet and straps is we're going to push off the foot bar, so extending the legs out, opening up the carriage. We're going to grab one strap at a time. So let's grab our right strap first. We're going to bring our right leg up while pushing through that left foot on the foot bar and placing it just onto the arch of the foot. Then once you're here, you're going to push through this right foot, making sure that you don't move anywhere. You're going to grab the other strap when you're ready, and again, this time bringing that left leg off and placing it again onto the arch of the foot. You're going to extend the feet up, making sure that you're anchored down through the pelvis so that your back doesn't come off of the carriage, and that's feet in straps. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to review is just getting on and off the carriage and standing. So what you're going to have to do is come to the front. We're going to lower the foot bar all the way down. We're going to remove the spongy bit so that you have a little bit more traction. And then we're going to place our foot onto the non-moving surface first. So we're going to place our foot onto that platform. You're going to push up, come on, and just place your foot onto the carriage. And then you're just going to take a few turns, just kind of figuring out what that feels like, opening and closing the carriage, being mindful that obviously you need to just be careful and safe as you come in and out. And then to get off, we're just going to close the carriage, shift the weight onto that platform leg, and then just step down. We're just going to review quickly the 5 key elements that we talk about in class all the time. So as we get onto the reformer, we're just going to lay down, find a really nice comfortable position. You're going to lay your head down on the headrest and just make sure that you have a nice long neck. Imagine that there's a string just coming from the top of your neck, just finding length. You're going to allow the shoulder blades to become imprinted onto the carriage. You're going to try to find a neutral spine. So you can do that by imagining that you have a bowl of water just at your pelvis, and then you're swishing it back and forth as you move your pelvis forward towards your feet and back towards your head. And then you're just coming to that position where that water becomes nice and still. So you feel anchored down through the pelvis, but maybe you have a little pocket of air just underneath that spine. And then we move down to the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor connects from the tailbone to the pubic bone and provides support. And the best way to engage it is through breath. And the last key element is breath, and the most important. So with breath, we inhale through our nose and then exhale through pursed lips, or what we call as Pilates breath. So imagine that you're blowing out a birthday candle. So just utilizing that breath immediately activates the transverse abdominis to create that stability, but it also allows you to help to engage that pelvic floor. And those are the 5 key elements. So I'm sure you're wondering, how do you know which class is right for you? If you've never used the reformer before, we definitely recommend that you come to foundation class, which allows you to kind of review the reformer and just get situated and honing in on those skills. The next class would be maybe progressive, so if you have been to reform before but are not sure about everything, how to get on or off, or where you're at skill level wise, then we recommend the progressive foundation. Otherwise, our reform body, which is our signature class, is a mixed levels class and is great for everybody, but it's a little bit faster paced. So we welcome you, we can't wait to see you in the studio, and hope to see you soon.